Anyone come in?
Well, I'm confused because nobody's coming in. I don't understand.
It may take them a while.
Okay. It says 4. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this webinar presentation. Our presenter this morning is Wendy Merrideth, and Wendy is a nutrition educator with the expanded food and nutrition education program through the University of Florida and the extension service with Escambia County. Wendy is a graduate of the University of Kentucky's dental hygiene program. She is a registered dental hygienist and has a certification in nutrition and Serve Safe. Wendy is a nutrition educator for the University of Florida. She works in the Escambia County as the UF extension, and I'm not sure what all of the letters mean, the IFAS extension, and is part of the expanded food and nutrition education program team. Wendy has worked for them for 8 years, and Wendy has a passion for helping others and even has appeared on Angels in Our Midst. And just as in full disclosure, I have known Wendy and her family for a number of years, and I'm excited about having her come and share with us her knowledge of nutrition so we can help our consumers and the people that we serve to know more and to live better. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Wendy. Just one little quick housekeeping thing. If you have any questions, if you'll put that in the chat box or put it in the Q&A box, and then we will take those questions at the end of the presentation. If you would like to share information back and forth, please put that information into the chat box. And Wendy has already included some information that you might find helpful, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Wendy and let her do her thing. So,
Thank you, Danny. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Like Danny said, I am Wendy Merrideth from the University of Florida. I work in Escambia County, and I teach nutrition, wellness, some food safety skills, some shopping skills, and I just love what I do. I love food. Who doesn't? We have to have food to sustain life, and it's so important to know how to, first of all, reach that good food. It's important to know what to do with that good, healthy, nutritious food. And we want to be able to get that food without breaking the bank. So it's very important. And that's kind of in a nutshell what we do at the Extension office with the FNET team. So Danny's going to share some slides. I'm very informal. And I just want us to have fun this morning. I want it to be your morning. I want this to be your presentation, and I'm just here to answer questions for you. We'll definitely have that Q&A time after we go through some slides and you learn a little bit more about what we do through University of Florida Extension. All right, so UF-IFAS, University of Florida IFAS Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences. So we research everything, every food, how to grow them, what the foods consist of. It's all research-based knowledge, education that we bring to you in every county in the state of Florida. University of Florida isn't the only one that has FNET program. You will find that in every state. It's a national program, and the USDA funds it along with the land grant universities throughout the nation. We reach limited resource families. We teach valuable skills, and we just celebrated our 50th year last year. So it's we're so proud of it. I'm the adult educator. So I go throughout our county teaching people how to buy better food and eat better and how to be more active. All right. And we also have 2 youth educators. So if you have children out there in the Escambia County schools, chances are you have had kids that have had this program also, along with probably 5210 and MyPlate. Next slide, please. Here I am doing the things I love, love, love to do. There's me shopping. I actually take groups of people shopping through a grant that our FNET agent at the Escambia County office applies for. And we give everyone a $10 challenge. They'll take my classes. We go into the grocery store and you have to pick healthy foods from the plate to take home and fix a meal or some snacks with $10. So, and everything has to be healthy. Everything has to fit what you've learned in the class. So it's just a fun activity. We have a great time. There's me getting an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Not really, but it helps. Okay, there in the middle slide. I'm so proud. For our 50th anniversary in Gainesville at the university, we meet and have trainings in the summertime. And the Escambia County FNET team, we won the Gator Award. And that's a huge, prestigious, wonderful accomplishment and award for our state. We were so proud. Our impacts throughout our county and then our success stories throughout our state have just made such a difference in the lives of the families in our state. And then there's me with my colleague, Jamie. She's our youth. Miss Jamie Spiker is our youth teacher, and she goes into all the schools, usually K through 5. Now it's, I think, 3rd through 5th since COVID has hit that we're really focusing on. But we teach cooking classes and serve safe, and that's just safety of foods and how to handle them so you and your family do not become ill because of a foodborne pathogen that can really harm you and make you really, really sick. So that's just some things we do. That's just some pictures of me and my colleagues. Shanessa Sunday is on the left there. She's the really tall one in the suit. And she teaches high school kids, some middle school kids, and the Boys and Girls Club in Pensacola. And then the one on the farthest side there in the white dress, she is our FNET agent. She has a master's in community health, and she's a go-getter. So if I can't answer questions, she definitely can. All right, next slide, please. Making your plate a healthy plate. Okay, ChooseMyPlate.gov is a wonderful source to go to. The MyPlate website has all kinds of wonderful recipes. It has even food trackers that you can use. You can personalize that food tracker to meet your needs, your height, your weight. Maybe you want to shed some pounds, maybe you want to gain a little weight or muscle. Whatever it is, you can actually put that in a tracker and they will formulate a plan for you. It's really cool. All kinds of good things for the kids, activities, some physical fitness type things you can do. So anyways, we really like and we work very closely with ChooseMyPlate.gov. Next slide, please. Okay, so on that MyPlate, we have 5 different food groups. Fruits and vegetables, half your plate. 2 servings of fruit per day, 3 servings of veggies per day. If you want to add a little more because you're still hungry, the best type of snack to have throughout your day would be vegetables. Vegetables have the lower amount of fructose and starches, and not a lot of calories, but a lot of dietary fiber, which helps fill us up and makes us not so hungry throughout our day. It keeps us full and satisfied. The fruits, we limit them to 2 to possibly 3, especially for children. That would be a wonderful snack to have a whole piece of fruit or cut up or sliced or diced, or even in the form of a smoothie or applesauce. The important thing about fruits and vegetables, make sure you get a rainbow of colors every day. You don't want to just eat all greens, although they're very, very good for you. You don't want just greens. You want orange, red, yellow, the blue or purple colored group. And you want just a variety every day throughout your week, because every fruit and vegetable has its own unique, wonderful DNA makeup of vitamins and minerals and dietary fiber. So the more you get and the more of the variety you get, the better off you are. If you eat the fruits and vegetables you need, sometimes that completely eliminates the need for vitamins. Build a salad, take a salad and start with just some iceberg lettuce, but put some spinach, kale, mustard greens, there's just something on there. And then just start building it with colors, radishes, cucumbers, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, all kinds of different colored peppers. You can't go wrong. And then you can start adding the other foods from the MyPlate that we're going to talk about to that salad. And then you'll have your whole plate of healthy foods. Next slide, please. Make half your grains whole grain. Now, we hear a lot about grains being taboo. It's not. Grains are meant to be eaten. Grains become not so healthy when we take away from them. When we start processing them and we start enriching them and we do things to them that we shouldn't be, it's called refine. We refine them. If we would leave them the way they are in their whole state, we'd be a lot better off here in America. If you'll notice, there's an ingredient list there in one of the pictures, and it says enriched wheat flour. I don't want mine to be enriched. I want the whole thing. I want it to stay the same. If it's going to be wheat, I want wheat flour. I don't want enriched. I want the word to say whole. Now, underneath that, you'll see whole wheat flour. Now, if we only saw whole wheat flour, and that would be the first word in the ingredient list, then we know that that food is a healthy food and good for us. Now, if you have a gluten intolerancy, or you're allergic to gluten, or you have celiac disease, wheat would not be the grain of choice. Maybe oats, you can go with brown rice, you could go with some barley, but rye and wheat you would stay away from. But gluten is really not as big of a problem as once thought, okay? Only for those with celiac disease. Now, what makes a whole grain whole? Well, 3 parts: the grain anatomy, the bran, the brown part. That is where you get the bulk of the grain. It fills you up, it's dietary fiber, and it's usually the brown color, the darker color of the little grain. And I always want to say it's the BBB. It's bran, it's brown, and it makes your bowels move. Okay, so in this land of nutrition, it's important that, you know, we eat and we absorb food and we get those wonderful vitamins and minerals and nutrients, but we also can get rid of what we don't need. So the grains the grains really help, just like the fruits and vegetables having dietary fiber. The grains also has its own. Now the middle part called the endosperm, that is the carbohydrate. That's where we get energy from our grain. It's kind of like the fructose in the fruits and vegetables. That's where you get your energy. Then down deep, tucked way down in there, a small little area, and it's a golden yellow color. It's called the germ. And the germ is not like the germ that makes you sick. It's the germ that germinates and makes more whole grains. It makes more of the plant. It's germination. And that germ right there has all the vitamins and minerals, the nutrients that keeps our immune system where it needs to be, tucked down in there. So you need that. Now, when they go to refine grains, they take the germ out, they take the bran off, and all you're left with is the endosperm. That's the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate turns to sugar, sugar turns to fat. So when we eat white bread, white flour cookies or danishes, white cereal, we're eating a lot of carbohydrates. That's when carbs become a problem because we're eating too many of them. Okay, so grains, like I said, you can do oats, rice, barley, corn, popcorn. There's all kinds of different types of grains, and you get 6 to 8 ounces a day. Some people, the doctor or healthcare provider may say 12 ounces. Okay, so it really just depends. And, you know, like all of these different servings I'm giving you today, these are just a generalized average amount. You don't really, I mean, these are good to stick by, but always listen to your healthcare provider. Very important. Next slide, please. Dairy, building strong bones. Strong bones and teeth. I'm a dental hygienist, so I'm all about the teeth. So let's keep them strong through calcium and vitamin D. We need 3 cups a day. Infants, of course, need their mommy's milk. And if mommies can't breastfeed, then there's formula that is as close to being as valuable to mother's milk as possible. And then that baby will drink that milk until it's a year old. At a year old, of course, the pediatrician or healthcare provider will say, okay, it's time now, vitamin D milk. Oh, parents are so happy when that happens because it's a little cheaper and it's easier, it seems to be, because you don't have to make it. So you have milk for an infant from 1 to 2 years old, whole milk. The American Dietary Guidelines, they recommend, that group recommends that babies 1 to 2 have whole milk, okay? But at 2 years old, most physicians will say it's time now to wean them from whole milk and let's go to skim milk. Skim milk just means the fat is brought to the top and skimmed away because we don't need that saturated animal fat. That fat is the fat that clogs arteries and causes problems later in life, such as heart disease, high blood pressure, obesity, and so on. That fat can actually adhere to the walls of the arteries, and we don't want that. We don't want blockages. So we try to stay away from the whole milk after 2 years old. Use that skim milk. 1% and 2% are, you know, they have less fat, but if you can get to that skim milk and you stand the taste and texture, you're better off. So therefore, any product that's made with skim milk, such as cheese, yogurt, those are good sources of calcium and vitamin D also. Very good, strong, healthy foods to make you strong. Next slide, please. Go lean with protein. All right, I know most of the men love their meat and potatoes. My husband's a meat and potato guy. So I have to add those vegetables in there too. And I've had to get him to start thinking more of lean protein, lean types of meat. You have 2 types of protein. We have animal and we have plant, okay? We have the animals that walk on all 4s, such as the cow, the buffalo, the deer, the pig. Those types of proteins, that type of meat, have a lot of saturated fat on them. You can kind of look at the animal and you can gauge how much fat is going to be on that animal just by looking at them. When you eat that type of meat, cut the fat away before preparing the food. Then you have another type of animals that fly, animals that have wings or the potential to fly, like chicken, turkey that we're getting ready to have in a few weeks, pheasant, dove. There's all kinds of different ostrich. There's all kinds of different winged birds, poultry that people consume. And again, where would that fat be on that animal? Because it is an animal and it does have some fat. Well, that would be the skin and a little bit of fat underneath the skin. The important thing is that chicken's great, but take the skin off and don't fry it. It's even better. Okay, you get more protein that way. We don't need that skin. We don't need that fat. We want the protein. So take that skin off. Don't fry your food. Bake your food. Grill your food. Use a slow cooker. I love it. My crock pot is my best friend. I'm a mom. I had 5 kids at one time here living at home. I still have a house full right now. And I work all day. My crock pot is definitely my go-to cooking source. Okay, so then you got this third type of protein, another type of animal, okay? And that would be your fish. You have fish that swim in saltwater and freshwater. And oh, it's so good for you. And it's got omega-3s in it. And it's just so good for our brain health. Tuna. Tuna is in a can. It's not that expensive, or you can get fresh tuna. You can get salmon, have salmon cakes, or just salmon by itself on a salad. You can use all kinds of different fish, and it's easy and fast to make, and it's just so good for us. And we live right here in Seafood Kingdom. I mean, we're in Florida. There's a seafood place, market, on all sides of town. So seafood is really, really good. It has the least amount of that fat in it. If you have a food allergy, though, to shellfish, you have to be extremely careful. Always let the manager of a restaurant know so you don't have your food cooked in maybe oil that shrimp was cooked in. But really, seafood, all in all, it's a wonderful protein. Plant proteins would be more of your legumes. You got nuts and beans, seeds. Those are really good plant source proteins. Soy is a good one. I love black beans. I love to eat walnuts, and I love almonds. Those are my go-to. I love them. And they're really good source of that protein and good snacks too. Next slide, please. Oh, and before I go on to this, I didn't tell you, but it was on that slide. 6 ounces of protein is what a person needs each day. Unless you're a bodybuilder or, a college athlete that works out all the time, for every hour of hard lifting or exercising, you can add like 1 to 2 ounces of a protein. An egg is also a great source of protein, but never eat a raw egg because of salmonella. Salmonella can make you so sick, and it can actually lead to death. So you do not want to eat raw eggs. You want to make sure they're cooked and the yellow and the white are firm. Okay. I know people get upset with me. They like to dip their toast and biscuits in that runny egg yolk, but that's not good for you. So, okay, next slide, please. Thanks, Danny. Plan, shop, and save. Well, you see behind me, I'm in a grocery store, one of my favorite places before COVID. And, it can be a complete lesson in itself. And I apologize ahead of time if you hear my dog behind me. He decided to come out of his room and eat and drink water. So he's in this room eating right now. Everyone has to eat, I guess. So anyways, plan, shop, and save can be a class in itself. I love, love, love it. But it can be really daunting on some people. Some people are like, oh, this is so hard to do. But it's not. It can actually become a fun activity, and it can be something you're proud of, and you can be very productive. You can plan. That's the first word. planning, make a list. Discover recipes. Get recipes from your grandma's cookbook or your grandma's list or little storage box. Look through Pinterest. Look online. Look for good, healthy recipes, though. Go to FNET.com or the myplate.gov.com, sorry, FNET.gov or FNET.edu. I put some things in your chat box so you can actually go to those sites, those links, and find recipes. You can even go to ESBA, which is Eating Smart, Being Active. That is actually the curriculum I use. You can actually download a free app, and it's just called ESBA, Eating Smart, Being Active, free app. And that app alone will give you recipes. It will give you an activity tracker and all kinds of tips that you can do for the whole family to stay healthy. Really good app. Love it. Explore coupons. Explore store apps such as Ibotta. Ibotta is a wonderful app. Grocery 51 is a good app. Target and Walmart have their own apps. I love the apps. I save money. Last year, I bought so many Christmas gifts with the money I saved on Ibotta and Rakuten. Okay, so you can actually save money by grocery shopping. It's pretty cool. Okay, and those in-season produce. Oh, that's so important, especially here in Florida. We actually grow produce year-round. The more southern counties, of course, have more of your citrus year-round, where we will have lettuce and kale, mustard greens, maybe some okra. We will have more of the green leafy vegetables year-round, so that's really, really good. Satsumas are big time right now. You can stop at a roadside market and get satsumas. That's probably my favorite fruit. It's like an orange, but it's just got a little tang to it, and they're small, and you don't have a lot of seeds. Love satsumas. But in-season produce will be cheaper. So if that produce that you really are desiring is not in season, you might want to look at it in the frozen section or even in a canned section. Canned foods are okay, people. It's okay, I promise. You just don't want to buy them with a lot of butter or sauces. Okay, you want them as plain as they can be or as natural as they can be. And if they aren't low sodium, you can rinse them and just drain that kind of like the stock off from them if you have high blood pressure or if you're trying to control your blood pressure. Do not go to the grocery store hungry. How many of us will do that? And then you just buy whatever is in the store. You buy already made foods that are expensive. Guarantee if you go hungry, you're going to buy things you really didn't have on your list and things that probably cost more than buying the food, taking it home and preparing it yourself. Okay, we work in the FNET team amongst us. We also work with many community partners, such as Access Florida, which is SNAP. Okay, that would be like your food stamps. Now it's on an EBT card, just like a credit card, and you just swipe it and you get so much money on it per month to buy food. It's so important, you all, to use that wisely. Buy healthy foods. Some people will say, Miss Wendy, I can't eat, I'm too poor. Or they'll say, I can't eat healthy because I'm poor. Well, if we get rid of the soda, if we get rid of the potato chips, the Little Debbies, the fruit roll-ups, the ramen noodles that don't cost a lot, but if we get rid of them and start buying whole grain bread, peanut butter, maybe some canned fruit cocktail in their own natural juices, we're eating healthier. Instead of buying cereals that have a lot of sugar and a lot of food colorings and dyes, buy some shredded wheat, put some fruit in there, make it healthier. You can take yogurt and put frozen fruit and a little milk in a blender, and you can make a smoothie that's going to taste just as good, if not better, and 100% healthier than a fruit cocktail drink. So there's so many things that you can do to make yourself healthier and still save money. It becomes an art. It becomes actually fun. It becomes a challenge. Make that be a challenge for your family to do together. Give the kids a flyer at the grocery store. Get them, take them home. Let them circle new fruits and vegetables they would like to try. Plan a meal together. Everyone pick out one food from each of the food groups. The food groups, again, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and dairy. So those are the foods you want to put on your plate every time you sit down and eat. At least 3 of the 5 food groups for a healthy breakfast, a snack, and then a lunch, then a little snack to get you through to dinner. And then after about 7 o'clock, if you're working a normal day, 8 to 5 day, don't snack too much. If you do, maybe just a cup of popcorn without the salt and butter. That will get you through the night. WIC. WIC is a wonderful program, Women, Infant, Children. That is government regulated. I love it because they already do the homework for you. You're only going to buy the healthiest of foods. I love WIC. TANF. TANF is a cash program that helps all working American people get on their feet. There's 48 months allotted for you somewhere in a bank. And that is something that, especially my mamas with little ones, and maybe they don't have a place to live at the moment, they can actually go to Access Florida. They can register or they can apply for TANF. And it's a temporary assistant program that can help you get on your feet. Food pantries. We see a lot of food pantries. We see a lot of food giveaways right now, especially because of COVID. I've had nurses, I've had teachers, I've had a lot of people that in professional jobs that have lost their jobs. And you lose a paycheck and you have to decide, do I pay for medicine? Do I pay for clothing? Do I pay for food? What do I pay for? Or do I just keep the lights on? Well, the food pantries can help solve the one problem of the food. The emergency food lines, those can also help solve that problem. It's maybe not the food you want, but it's definitely food that's going to help feed you and your family and keep you going until you get a job again or that unemployment check. Next slide, please. Move More Every Day. FNET, Expanded Food Nutrition Education Program. That expanded, it's not just about nutrition and food. Also, it expands to all kinds of things: parenting skills, feeling good, self-care, mindfulness, things of the nature just to help you, mind, body, and spirit, feel better. Physical activity helps you do that. It gets your heart pumping, it gets the blood flowing and the oxygen going to the brain. And in return, it goes to all the organs and feeds the organs. Physical activity is so important for adults. We need 30 to 60 minutes of moderate exercise a day. That can be playing, that can be cleaning the house, that could be walking, riding bikes. And the more intense it is, of course, the more the heart beats. And but you need to build up to the intensity, because you don't want to just start out with a full-fledged, 60-minute of hard impact, high impact aerobics. You don't want to do that. So give yourself time, maybe 10-minute intervals throughout your day. And eventually you'll see yourself doing 60 minutes of a moderate exercise very easily. Always breathe throughout your exercise. Check with your healthcare provider before starting any, vigorous exercise program. Children, oh my gosh, they need 60 minutes of active playtime. We're not talking playtime on a video game or on the phone or on their little iPads. They need to be outside playing, jumping rope, hopscotch, skipping, running, riding their bikes with a helmet and their knee pads. Make sure that they're safe. You can get out there and play with them. Take a walk on the beach. Go through the woods and take a walk and look at pine cones and ferns and make it educational and fun. Going to a new playground, a new park. Just get active. Get a beach ball and just play in the yard or even in the house on rainy days or cold days. It's a win-win. You get exercise, they get exercise, and you're spending quality time with your children. It's so important to spend time with your kids. They grow up fast. Take it from me. I have 5. I have 1 left at home. I have a grandbaby here right now, and whew, he is taking all my energy, but he's a lot of fun. Next slide, please. Cook and eat at home. Recipes. Oh my gosh, recipes. This is my favorite part. Love, love, love to cook. And right there, these are pictures of things I've cooked with my classes. These are all photos of things I've taken. I took these pictures actually on my phone, made a collage. So we have a bean salad with green beans, red kidney beans, and I put black beans in this one. We used different colors of peppers. We put some vinegar and oil. The oils that I use and we go to are mono unsaturated oils. And that just means 1 molecule. And those oils are very easily absorbed. They go through your body, easy to get rid of, very good for you. And that's olive oil, canola oil, and peanut oil. Now, if you have a peanut allergy, stay away from the peanut oil. Okay, and then we have down on the lower right corner there, we have an apple yogurt granola peanut butter dip. Okay, I take yogurt, low fat or fat-free yogurt, take peanut butter, and you mix it. Then you take some granola or oats and add to it, and maybe chop up a little bit of, you can even put bananas in it. You can put chopped apples in it, and then I use sliced apples and I dip it in. Oh my goodness, that in itself, that's better than ice cream. I'm telling you, it's better than ice cream. Okay, and then you see all the pictures up there of different fruits and vegetables at the extension office that the master gardeners grow. They give to me for my programs. You can see some fajitas that my classes have made. We make a lot of egg omelets and we add spinach and we add a lot of peppers to that. We make a chili, a 3-can chili with corn and some diced tomatoes and some canned beans. But there's just so many dips and things that we do at in my classes. My classes are 9 weeks. We have a lot of fun. They're all free to take. Right now, I'm doing everything virtually because of COVID. But eventually, hopefully, in the first of the year, we'll get back to teaching classes. There you see my husband with one of our kids in 4-H we were actually canning some strawberry preserves. And I can teach classes at the extension office, or I can come to your organization or church or school and teach right there in your facility. And I bring everything. I bring the hot plates, the electric skillets, whatever it may be, and all the food items. Okay, next slide, please. Make positive changes. Celebrate. Always celebrate when you make any little change in the right direction. Positive changes are important, especially right now when we're all kind of stuck at home. It's not like we're going to movies or the mall or bowling or roller skating. We're not out doing the things that we love to do. So it's important to celebrate yourself. Every time you make a small change or your family makes a small positive change, celebrate it. Limit the fats, sugars, and salts. Those are the 3 things on a nutritional label you need to watch out for. Everything else kind of falls into place. The vitamins, the minerals, the different types of dietary fiber you're going to find in the healthy foods. And those are the foods that don't have a lot of saturated fat, sugars, and salt. Eat more veggies. Like I said in the beginning, you can't go wrong. If you're hungry and you want a snack, get a vegetable. because that vegetable is going to give you the dietary fiber, vitamins, and minerals. It's not going to have the salt and sugar or fat. So you can't go wrong. Try a new exercise. Do something you've always wanted to do. Go cycling, go biking. I don't know, take up rock climbing. I don't know. Just try something new or pick up something old. Hula hooping, hopscotch, a stick, draw a circle in the dirt and go back and forth and dance in. I don't know. Just do something new. Get your family to do the exercise with you and just have fun and laugh. Try new recipes. Try a new recipe tonight. Do something different. Now we always have Taco Tuesday here at our house, but we'll change it up. We'll do a taco salad. We'll do hard tacos. We'll do soft tacos. We'll do some fajitas, some burritos. We'll do all kinds of fun things. We'll have themed nights here at our house. Practice food safety. That's a whole nother day and a whole nother class. But food safety, use your food thermometer. Make sure your meats are cooked internally to the right temperatures. Very important. If you want to know more about that, definitely take one of my FNET classes. I would love to have you. I do offer them Zoom, and I've done FaceTime. So where there's a will, there's a way. I can reach your organization. I can reach you individually, and I would be glad to teach you. My classes are 9 weeks. And if you see over on the bottom right, you see a group of my students that graduated. You get a certificate of completion, and it says the University of Florida Expanded Food Nutrition Education Program right there on it with the seal from our county and state. So I work with all kinds of different organizations. I work with Special Olympics adult athletes. I work with the correction facilities, people coming out of maybe drug and alcohol rehabilitation programs. I work with the Homeless Society. We work with just different organizations, PTAs at school, the parents that want to know more and learn more about how their families can be healthier. I work with Habitat for Humanity. So anywhere where there's a need and there is a want and a desire to eat healthier, you'll probably find me, or at least somebody's going to know my name. I've left my contact information in the chat box and different links again, like I had said. So contact me if you want to get hold of me. And if not, if you don't find me there, you can get hold of Angela Hinkle. She is the Expanded Food Nutrition agent here in our county. Okay, Danny, I think it's time for some Q&A.
Okay.
So if you have questions, just please put those in the chat box for me.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I do have, there is one question in the chat box. Says, can you put the apps in here in the chat box?
I sure can. Yes.
So that we'll know what they are.
You want me to do that in the Q&A, or no, I'll do that in the chat. I sure will.
Yeah, you can do that in the chat box, and those were some good apps, and I think you had mentioned 3 or 4 of them. So
yes, Bata and Grocery 51, I think is that one. And then we have ESBA, being smart, being active. And then Target and Walmart have their own apps. Publix has a shopping app too. And I do believe you just go to Publix if you go to your app box or app center in your phone, you can go to Publix shopping and it comes up, but I'm not sure of the name of that one. There we go. Ibotta app, Grocery 51 is what I think it's 51 or 21. And ESBA, Eating Smart, Being Active. Target and Walmart apps. Used to be Target was Cartwheel, but now it's just Target. Walmart used to have one too, but now it's just Walmart. and public shopping. Okay. Okay, someone said we're not seeing it. Susan, did you get it? I see Joanne saw it. No, ma'am, she doesn't see it. So she might be in the Q&A. Susan, try the chat box. Well, no, you were in the chat box. I'm not sure why you're not seeing it.
I'm not
Danny,
sure.
you have any ideas why she might not be seeing it?
I do not know why she's not. Oh, she's got it now. She's got it.
Oh, good, good, good.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. I'm
Awesome.
not sure what happened there, but she's got it.
If you have Facebook, you can also go to Escambia County Extension Facebook page. And I put a lot of recipes and exercises every day. I do our FNET post for our extension county's site. I also will post food giveaways, food pantries, church giveaways, reimagine event notifications, things that will really help you in the summertime or Christmas time, or if school is hopefully not canceled again, but if so, I also put feeding sites for the children and the libraries that will be hosting those feeding sites for our county. So always just go to the Escambia County Extension Facebook page and you will find a wealth of information. Also, you'll find some skills on maybe something about the beach or clean water, air quality, soil quality, growing a garden, growing flowers, landscaping, pest control, snakes that are good and snakes that are not so good. We have a host of educators, professors, status, down to teachers and teacher aides at our extension office. We have beautiful gardens that are still open to the public. You can walk through them. We have a walking track, very safe. It's lit. We ask you not to stay too late after dark, but we did get lights out there and benches with the time change now, you know, but we also, it's not just recycling bins out there, people. We have a wonderful, wonderful place to just go and be with your kids and ride your bike or just take a good walk. This month, you'll notice we have hay bales out at the extension office in the yard or the courtyard area. And our 4-H kids are, they just want to do some fun things so they can do outdoor activities with their masks on. So they're still being safe, but they're going to get real creative and they're going to create a story with a hay bale. So I'm excited to see what they come up with. So come out there and check it out. Is there a fee for services? Not right now. There's no fees at all for mine, never. There never will be because it's a USDA and land grant funded grant that's applied for and we receive it every year. So my classes are free. Once in a while, there'll be a very, very nominal fee for maybe cooking, sewing, canning, learning how to make preserves, so on and so on. Like you just never really know. I took a class called Rain Barrel Water Quality. It was so much fun. And I just had to pay for the supplies, you know, and a lot of the supplies are so nominal to us. So we just, you know, we sell it or not sell it. We just have you pay for what we got it for. So, but right now we're not doing a lot of in-person classes due to COVID, and we have so many restraints on what we can do and what we can't do. But if there is a fee, it's very nominal.
And it's an amazing facility. We've used it over the years. If we have an issue with our grass or something, or a plant or something, we actually had a snake in the house a few days ago. And so we've used it for a number of things over the years, and it's a wonderful facility. The people are nice, they're professional, they know what they're doing, and it's just a great thing. And we were out there the other day, and I had no idea. I knew there were gardens out there, but I had never seen the track before. It's really nice facility. You have people out there just taking walks or sitting at the picnic benches or whatever, and it was really, it's nice to see. It's in a nice area, so it's really fun. So
Danny, I meant to say too, we got disc golf. They have disc golf, and I've never played disc golf, and I didn't know what they were talking about. I said, we don't have a golf course, but it's baskets, and you throw these discs in it, and it's just so much fun. It's like throwing a frisbee. And we have church groups now coming out there, and kids, in groups coming out there and doing outdoor activities because it's safer, and they just love it. So yeah, y'all come out and disc golf. I'm
Well,
going to learn how to do it.
we look forward to partnering with you in the months and weeks to come, and we just appreciate you so much for sharing your time and your knowledge and all of your
I've had fun. This has been fun. And I saw one more question. Susan, do we sign up for our services on Facebook page? What you do is just look at the Facebook page and go to extension or leave me a message in Messenger there, or even on the Facebook somehow under one of our posts. And I can call you, or you can call our office, and we can get you hooked up with the right instructor, the right educator, or if it's me in my class, we can just set up a time and get a few, contact info, things from you, maybe your email, your phone number, your first and last name, and we can get something hooked up and started for you. So
awesome. Well, before we close out the webinar, I'd like to just say, for those of you who don't know, and I know that everybody knew when we started that we were going to be recording this for future play on our website. If there's something that you missed, or if you weren't able to attend and you want to attend, you can look at our website, and it will be in the archive in a couple of days. And it also possibly be on Facebook. We'll have to talk about that. And so if you miss it, or if you have a question that you forgot to ask, and oh, by the way, you can contact us at cilnwf.org, and somebody info@cilnwf.org, and somebody can either contact Wendy and get the right answer for you, or get the right answer, or you can contact Wendy directly if you have a specific question for her. But I just want to share with you a little bit about, before we close out, about our mission here at CIL. Our mission here at CIL, we promote and educate and facilitate and assist and advocate on behalf of people with disabilities in partnership with their communities to achieve their goals of independence. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We serve Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton counties. We have 5 core services. We do, and this is in no particular order of importance. We have individual and systems advocacy, information and referral, independent living skills training, peer counseling and mentoring, and transition services for students who are transitioning possibly from secondary education into the workforce or into higher education. We also transition people out of nursing homes or nursing home diversion. Other programs and activities that we have the FAST program, which stands for Florida Alliance for Assistive Services and Technology. We have an amplified telephone program called Florida Telecommunication Relay Incorporated, which provides amplified phones at no additional charge for people who are hard of hearing. They can come and get one of those phones. We have equipment loans, durable medical equipment such as walkers, wheelchairs, crutches, shower chairs, durable medical devices that will allow people to stay in their homes and remain as independent as possible. We have support groups that meet We have one group that we've started due to COVID that is meeting once a week. So if you're interested in attending any of those groups, you're welcome to attend. We have a cross disability support group, and they're caregivers that meets once a month, and that's coming up soon. So if you have anybody that would be interested in that, you just contact me and let me know, and we can get you plugged in. So we just want you to know that we're here. We're looking forward to partnering with the Extension Service and the University of Florida. It seems like we help a lot of the same folks and
Yeah.
have a lot of the same connections. So it's always wonderful to partner up and make those connections and add each other to the resource. So it's wonderful, and we appreciate everything that you do. Look forward to working with you in the future, and if there's anything that we can do for you, let us know.
Thank you. Same here. I'm glad I got to do this and learn more about what you all do. So this is great. Y'all do amazing work. So it takes all of us.
Thank you very much for everybody for attending, and look for us on Facebook or look for us on our website if you'd like to view this again and get more information.
Wonderful. Everyone have a wonderful day and wonderful week.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay. To end recording.
I think I'm looking for it. It's not where I thought it was gonna be. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can.
Okay.
We can edit that out though.
Okay.
I just got to find out where to actually
I think it's
stop.
on the left to the bottom, but I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Well, there was a button to record, and then they told me that once I hit the button to record, it'll be in the more section.
Yeah.
Where I can stop the recording. But I don't see it.
We may just have to end the whole thing.
Okay.